Picture Mansour Delane donning that iconic black and gold. The Who Dat Nation is absolutely buzzing, eyeing this shutdown phenom as the ultimate steal for our 2026 draft class. We are tearing apart the tape on this incredible LSU cornerback today. Could Delane actually be that game-changing weapon we snatch up at pick number 8 late this April? Before we unleash the hype train, let us take a hard, honest look at the brutal reality of our current secondary and see exactly where we stand defensively. Losing Alontae Taylor to free agency stung deeply. We desperately need a lockdown superstar to step up and fill that massive void. Sure, having Quincy Riley and Kool-Aid McKinstry patrolling the perimeter brings serious juice, alongside some solid rotational pieces sitting in the wings ready to strike. Let us be brutally honest, this cornerback group demands serious firepower. Who Dat Nation, I am throwing down the gauntlet. Do we lock in Mansour Delane at 8? Drop, draft, or pass below right now? That is today's burning poll question, and your voice matters. Now, let us rip into the unbelievable scouting profile of this absolute beast. Hands down, this kid is the most lethal defensive back available this year. His terrifying ability to completely obliterate both man and zone coverages is simply unmatched. Flowing like water on the turf with battle-tested instincts, his value skyrocketed into the stratosphere after an absolutely mind-blowing showcase at the LSU Pro Day. Wild reality check. Watching Delane actually lose a rep during the 2025 season was practically a mythical occurrence. Surrendering over 2 grabs happened exactly twice all year. Florida scraped together 3. Alabama managed 3. Every single other matchup was an absolute blackout. The guy played like an absolute monster. And just like I teased earlier, his explosive pro day performance left scouts totally speechless. His stock exploded instantly. Plus, eagle-eyed fans caught general manager Mickey Loomis locked in deep, intense conversation with him on the sidelines. Thank goodness Loomis attended, because this kid torched the turf with a blistering 4.35 40-yard dash, gliding flawlessly through every agility drill. The writing is on the wall. The Saints are hungrily plotting to keep this hometown hero right here on Louisiana soil, and the evidence keeps piling up. Our front office explicitly brought him in for an elite top 30 visit. It screams desperation for lockdown secondary help, proving they are aggressively targeting his exact skill set. This is a homegrown, nuclear talent right in our own backyard. Whenever you break down his tape and witness the sheer dominance he brings to the gridiron, reigning supreme over this year's cornerbacks, it is blatantly obvious why our squad is obsessed. Better yet, the feeling is mutual. He desperately wants to stay put. He breathes Louisiana football. Listen to his raw emotion from the combine. Honestly, going to war for this great state, it was nothing short of a divine blessing. Stepping onto campus meant diving into a wild new culture, but it hit me fast. Football is religion down here. Being woven into that legacy was pure magic. Letting those powerful words sink in, he figured out instantly that gridiron battles are the heartbeat of this entire Southern territory. That relentless passion perfectly mirrors our own franchise's DNA. This fan base lives for the roar of the Superdome. We literally bleed black and gold every Sunday. Imagining him continuing his legacy locally gives you chills. Calling his time here a blessing just proves his immense heart matches his terrifying, once-in-a-generation athletic ceiling. He does not just survive on the perimeter, he completely erases his side of the grass. But the true nightmare for offenses, he is equally lethal, wrecking plays inside. Listen to this. 55 reps in the box, 39 haunting the slot, and 516 anchoring the edge. This guy processes the game with terrifying mastermind genius. Dripping with icy confidence and veteran-level poise, he executes every single defensive assignment with an incredibly violent, high-octane precision. Check out his chillingly confident breakdown from the media podium. I approach every single snap with the cold calculation of a seasoned pro. You have to outsmart your opponent out there. I operate with supreme swagger and trust my elite instincts to completely take over. My football IQ is my deadliest weapon. Drop me into any playbook, and I will adapt perfectly. Plug me in anywhere, and I will dominate. Hearing him practically scream that his superpower is playbook adaptability sent an absolute jolt of electricity right down my spine. Boldly challenging coordinators to test his limits is incredible. Envisioning this athletic freak unleashed inside Brandon Staley's aggressive defensive architecture, it would be pure, unadulterated mayhem. 358 coverage snaps in 2025. He allowed just 13 measly grabs on 35 desperate targets. I am not exaggerating. He is a suffocating human blanket out there. He yielded a pathetic 7 total drive-extending conversions. Nobody caught him twice. 0 scores given up. 0 penalty flags. This phenom is generational, capable of completely blacking out half the stadium from the quarterback's vision. Let that sink in for a second. If your roster forces Kool-Aid McKinstry into the secondary corner role, your defense is terrifyingly stacked. Make no mistake, McKinstry has the killer instinct to absolutely thrive as an elite alpha defender. But deploying both him and McKinstry simultaneously, offensive coordinators will literally be having night sweats trying to crack that impenetrable double-headed dragon. The true magic lies in his chaotic unpredictability. Shifting this human chess piece pre-snap totally shatters the opposing quarterback's mental processing. I am completely obsessed with his unquenchable thirst for greatness. He described himself as an intellectual sponge, desperate to absorb every single drop of elite coaching available. Unleashing that rabid curiosity at the professional level, especially turning him loose to create havoc from the interior, would be a cinematic spectacle. We are diving deeper into his tactical fit next. But first, smash that subscribe button if you are craving hardcore, unfiltered draft breakdowns. If this high-voltage deep dive and all our exclusive behind-the-scenes combined footage gets your blood pumping, you need to join the family right now. It is 100% free, and we are fiercely charging toward 58,000 diehards. Click it. The big night is under 30 days away. Looking back at 2025, his coverage metrics were practically legendary. We are witnessing greatness. 13 swats, 2 picks, 0 flags, and 0 end-zone trips surrendered. Holding passers to a 31 rating is straight up terrifying. Yet my debate over his absolute fit in New Orleans always circles back to the massive void left by Alontae Taylor's departure. He vanished. Therefore, identifying our next superstar becomes critical. Could Mansour Delane absolutely dominate that spotlight? Should that answer be yes, I become utterly obsessed with him. Listen, Mansour Delane personally guarantees supreme adaptability across all defensive blueprints. He conquers every position. Let us allow his own powerful words to make the ultimate case, far better than some random internet host ever could. Total systematic dominance is his ultimate weapon. He declares absolute mastery over pure man coverage, deep zones, relentless nickel pressure, safety drops, or lockdown corner duties. He envisions himself as an unstoppable, versatile weapon capable of anchoring literally any professional roster. Delane confidently boasts ultimate supremacy across man alignments, zone shells, safety spots, nickel rolls, and cornerback islands. Total field control for whatever franchise drafts him. Assuming he accepts the interior battleground, we are looking at an exceptionally violent, wildly ferocious, game-wrecking monster ready to command the defensive heart, allowing Kool-Aid McKinstry and Quincy Riley to continue their absolute reign along the perimeters. Naturally, brilliant strategic alternatives exist, like shifting Quincy Riley into the trenches. Alternatively, dropping Jonas Sanker into the box remains a tantalizing tactical maneuver. Clearly, the New Orleans Saints hold tremendous strategic flexibility. Thus, drafting a colossal talent like him stands out as a magnificent, game-changing masterstroke. Previously, I expressed serious hesitation regarding this exact draft strategy. That reluctance had absolutely nothing to do with his undeniable athletic brilliance upon the gridiron. Rather, my profound doubts centered around systematic compatibility, since occupying that vital superstar position demands a fiercely aggressive, run-stuffing enforcer. Replacing Alontae Taylor critically hinges upon that exact trait. I repeat, this franchise requires a savage weapon, capable of hunting quarterbacks, crushing rushing attempts, terrorizing the interior gaps, and obliterating aerial strikes simultaneously. Therefore, the ultimate inquiry emerges. Does Mansour Delane possess those superhuman abilities? Fascinatingly, he paints himself as an exceptionally brutal, hard-hitting gridiron gladiator. He thrives upon pure violence. Having witnessed his recent footage, deploying him as our defensive centerpiece now feels like a thrilling, jaw-dropping stroke of genius. He proudly highlights his ruthless aggression. The man thrives upon initiating colossal collisions against charging running backs, despite his natural cornerback designation. While traditional scouts occasionally overlook that gritty ferocity, he internalizes every single missed recognition as profound disrespect, fueling his relentless quest to destroy ball carriers. In fact, given absolute freedom, he would have dominated the collegiate ranks playing middle linebacker. The man simply craves bone-crushing contact. He worships spectacular takedowns. He desires nothing more than battling inside the trenches. Transferring that ferocious mentality toward deep safety patrols or perimeter island coverage transforms his entire job into an effortless slaughter. While lesser defensive backs flee from heavy collisions, he genuinely craves the carnage. Processing this breathtaking footage of Mansour Delane leaves my mind racing with endless championship possibilities. Yet my excitement equally explodes over our glorious new apparel. Secure your spectacular New Orleans Drinking Team City Edition Color Rush Mardi Gras masterpieces exclusively at chatports.com/Saints now. Devour our entire inventory. Revealing every stunning design here ruins the suspense, forcing you to launch a thrilling expedition through our magnificent digital storefront to uncover every hidden treasure. Should you desire Elite Saints Now gear, burning with passion for the New Orleans Saints alongside immense pride for the glorious Saints Now drinking squad, claim your epic merchandise immediately. Smash that provided hyperlink down inside the comments or description box to secure your majestic threads today. Fantastic. Returning to my previous obsession regarding eager run defenders, my perspective has undergone a spectacular, mind-blowing metamorphosis. My personal evaluation regarding Mansour Delane just experienced a seismic shift. I am fully committed toward selecting him during round number 1. His devastating brute strength is an incredible weapon. Bragging about his own imposing muscle stands paramount. Arriving violently during rushing attacks energizes his soul, constantly reminding everyone about the most drastically underestimated facet of his defensive arsenal. He feels deeply insulted whenever opponents doubt his run-stopping ferocity. Furthermore, commanding Brandon Staley's defensive system absolutely mandates this exact brand of explosive aggressiveness. Operating as a silent, bone-rattling enforcer against opposing ground assaults remains a tragically underrated necessity. However, Mansour Delane unleashes this remarkably rare, captivating talent upon the gridiron with absolute perfection. Furthermore, he openly confessed his deep desire to obliterate offenses as a collegiate middle linebacker, frankly, providing him carte blanche to brutally punish receivers across the middle while causing total chaos sounds magnificent. Mansour Delane unquestionably represents an astonishing, top-tier draft day steal. Adoring ruthless contact, praising explosive hits, and ruling the box defines his essence. Funneling those savage instincts into the secondary transforms his defensive responsibilities into a tremendously straightforward slaughter. Another spectacular revelation regarding Mansour Delane stems directly from his scouting combine interviews, where he eloquently detailed his fiercely predatory tactical approach. He declares absolute supremacy over the turf. Never once does he allow an opposing wideout to dictate the tempo or force his hand. Every target falls victim to Delane's terrifying rhythm. I am fiercely intoxicated by that killer mindset. That boundless aggression and relentless competitive fire are spectacular. Additionally, his next statement struck me like a brilliant lightning bolt. Occupying his crucial alignment, he derives immense, unstoppable pride from initiating violent skirmishes against any challenger brave enough to test him. Whenever opponents dare line up across the scrimmage line, he forces them into complete submission, dictating every single movement rather than surrendering leverage. Consequently, he weaponizes this dominant philosophy across all conceivable game situations. Operating from nickel packages or roaming deep safety zones allows him to maximize his supreme advantages while brutally exposing enemy vulnerabilities. Forcing the battle directly upon them is undeniably magnificent. Precisely that cutthroat psychological framework makes an elite defensive back. Such unyielding, savage competitive drive, combined with an unwavering desire for destruction, immediately captures my undivided attention. Amplifying his own superhuman traits while ruthlessly exploiting rival deficiencies is absolute perfection. Without question, securing this prodigy 8th overall represents a brilliant, franchise-altering masterpiece for the New Orleans Saints. Therefore, let us deliver a rapid, high-voltage summary of these breathtaking developments. Unquestionably, New Orleans desperately craves immense secondary help, extending far beyond traditional perimeter corners, a spot where Mansour Delane would undoubtedly reign supreme. However, weaponizing his jaw-dropping positional fluidity to seize Alontae Taylor's vacant superstar mantle presents a terrifyingly explosive tactical scenario demanding immediate exploration. Selecting this phenom instantly sends shockwaves through the roster, monumentally upgrading our secondary depth chart irrespective of his final defensive deployment. He single-handedly revolutionizes the entire defensive unit, possessing the mythical potential to terrorize the league for a full decade under ideal circumstances. His sheer brutality, terrifying flexibility, and alpha mentality, alongside his suffocating playstyle, form an irresistible package. Witnessing his fierce dedication toward crushing rushing attacks absolutely stuns me, cementing his legendary status as the undisputed supreme defensive back entering this year's draft. Hear me out. When evaluating the absolute fiercest phenom sitting right there at pick number 8, this absolute juggernaut commands every single war room debate. Get ready for an explosive piece of historical trivia. Should New Orleans snatch Mansour Delane in round 1, it shatters a monumental curse. Never before has this franchise claimed an LSU Titan during the opening round. Sure, they have struck in round 2 before, but the opening night remains absolutely barren. Securing him unleashes a truly seismic shift for a fierce squad quite notorious for turning a totally blind eye toward incredible homegrown warriors. Recently, however, the tides have fiercely turned. A completely radical battle plan is forged. Craving more epic gridiron glory before the next video drops, thirsting for explosive intel about Mansour Delane, or simply dying to dissect epic football warfare? Summon me across the digital battlegrounds, X, Instagram, and TikTok. Mansour Delane is the ultimate weapon for this ruthless defense. I've spent the past 13 and a half minutes proving exactly why he is utterly unstoppable. Massive thanks for joining the fray. Stay fiercely golden, and we'll clash again.